Hello, beautiful people. Today I thought I'd slow things down a little bit. I'm making this handmade leather journal, and I thought I'd bring you along in the process. All of the supplies that I'm using for this project I got off of Amazon. I will link them all in the description below. We start off with measuring out our piece of leather. This is a 12 by 24-inch 2 millimeter piece that I got off Amazon. The leather is fairly stiff but still soft and flexible, perfect for making a leather journal. This piece I am going to cut into two to make a passport size journal as well as an A5 size journal. So I already put together my passport size with the same leather. The process is the same, but obviously the difference is just the measurements. I put in 3 passport size notebooks along with a plastic insert and another small notebook from Walmart. I used 2 millimeter brown elastic for the closure and to hold the little booklets on the inside. I have a couple little charms that I put on. I have more that I will add later. So now I am just using this little leather tool to round off the corners, and I'm just chipping away, and then I'm going to use a file to smooth it out, and I'm going to do this for each corner. This process is very simple. I start off making the initial cut, and the deeper you go into the corner is going to determine how rounded your corners are going to be. I like them to be more square and less round. So I made a very small cut on the tip of the corner, if that makes sense. So now I'm just gathering all the booklets that I want to put into this notebook, and I'm just using a couple of A5 size unlined notebooks and a folder that I got off of Amazon, and I'm measuring to see where they lay inside of the leather. And from there, that is going to determine where I am going to place my eyelets on the side. Now, here I did make a little bit of a mistake, although it does work out just fine. However, if you saw, I took out the little folder and the clear pocket that I had inside. And because I did that, the fit on the front of the cover is a little bit too tight. But again, it works out just fine. However, I do have a e-reader that I wanted to insert into this booklet as well. And because I didn't have that little bit of extra space, it's kind of a tight fit for the e-reader. Now, what I should have did was measure it with the e-reader and the folders and the notebooks, but instead, live and you learn, and it's fine. So here I am, just measuring out where I want the eyelets to be, and I'm placing my little protective block underneath and hammering out all the holes. I'm going to be doing 6 on top and 6 on the bottom, and then 1 right in the middle for the closure elastic piece. So after you finish punching the holes, it is time to put in the eyelets or grommets. I use the antique gold ones for this particular color of leather. I think it goes perfectly. I am using 3 millimeter grommets for this A5 size case, and I use the same ones for my A6 passport size as well. I believe a 3 or even a 2 millimeter would go perfectly with this size, and I think honestly anything larger than a 3 millimeter would be a little bit too big. Now, I do feel like I put these a little bit too close together, but it works. So I'm okay with it. The little kit with the eyelets and all the tools, it all came together on Amazon. It was actually pretty cheap. I believe it was about $10 for the entire kit, and it comes with 4 different colors: silver, gold, antique silver, and antique gold, and it's honestly perfect. I love it. So I'm almost done putting the eyelets in, and after that, it's time to put in the elastic straps. I have a set of 12 elastic straps, and here I am just choosing what color I want, and I ultimately ended up going with brown. I use the same color for the smaller passport size journal as well, and measured out the size of the bands and pulled 3 of them. And I like to thread them through so that the knot is at the bottom of the booklet. And as you can see, I do put a little tension on them so that they basically, when you do this, they hold the little notebooks in better and a little bit more secure, so things are not like just flopping around in there. So the three strings doubled over gave me six strings to hold in 6 different notebooks or folders. I have 5 notebooks here and 1 folder, and I have the clear pocket that I'm going to put around the very first notebook. And now I am just measuring out the closure elastic, and I want it to be a little tight, which is why I cut it kind of short. I added some little gold charms, and I'm threading it through that middle hole and making a knot so that it is nice and secure. So this is the finished product. You can add whatever little charms and literally any kind of decoration that you want from here. What I would suggest is to also clip the ends of the elastic. Make sure that they're pulled really tight first, and then clip the ends of the elastic and burn them a little bit so they stay secure and have a little bit more of a clean look. What I did for now is I just adjusted them a little bit and kind of hid them behind the notebooks, and that's just temporary until I decide that I want to keep the brown. If I don't want to change it out, I'm not sure just yet. But yeah, I honestly absolutely love these journals. I made 2 of the pocket size so far, and I carry my pink one around with me all the time. These 2, I haven't just yet found a use for them. I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do with them, but I haven't started just yet because I have other journals that I am currently in use of. But yeah, I added some extra charms to them and clean them up a little bit. I could finish the edges on these. That might be something that I do with my next one because I did also buy some blue leather that I want to make a traveler size and a pocket size journal out of as well. And that will be another project for another day sometime very soon, and I'll definitely make a video on it too. Probably do that one in like a slowed down full length video instead of a sped up version like I did today, but we will see. So far, again, I am absolutely loving these journals. I think they are so cute. But thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.